Good morning, students. Today again we are going to start with the chapter Atoms and Molecules. Now, beginning with the introduction, as early as 6th century, the Greek philosophers stated that all matter could be broken down into four basic substances, that is fire, air, water and earth. Now, further, if we talk about the 5th century people, they pondered further on the nature of the primitive elements and thought that there must be the things that are still smaller, something which is common in every substance. This made them think deeper and discover the presence of ultimate smallest particle, that is atom. So what we can say that every substance is made up of the smaller particles, and that minute particle is the atom. Except the living things. The living things they are made up of, that is the basic unit of living things is the cell. Going on further, we can say that atoms are so small that they cannot be visible with the naked eye. Naked eye means the open eye. Fire, air, water and earth also have their individual atoms which are connected with each other. After atoms, a term for slightly bigger entity was coined, and that term is known as molecules. So, the bigger term of atom is the molecule. So, atom is the smallest entity and atoms combine and they give rise to the molecules. Right? Going on further, we talk about the Dalton theory and the laws of chemical combination. We can say that at the end of the 19th century, scientists were able to differentiate between the elements and the compounds. So what are the elements and compound? I told you in the last chapter also. The elements and compounds. Further, if we talk on the detail, Antony Laurent Lavoisier and Joseph Louis Proust gave two laws explaining the chemical combination of elements. So, we will talk about the combination of these elements and compound, and these laws are called laws of conservation of mass, and another law is the law of conservation, law of definite proportion. So, another law is the law of definite or constant proportion. So, talking about the law of conservation of mass, the law of conservation of mass states that the mass of the closed system will remain constant in chemical reaction. In other words, the mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. This law was first formulated by Antony Laurent Lavoisier in 1789. Now, if we talk about the law of conservation of mass, for example, you have learned the atomic first 20 elements, atomic number and mass number. So, taking one example, I can explain you the law of conservation of mass. For example, if we talk about, I am giving you one example by writing it. So, you can see the example. Yes, I am writing it. It is C plus O2 give rise to CO2. This is the simple equation I am taking. Right? Write down in your notebooks this example. Now, write down the mass number of all the elements which you have learned. Okay? We know carbon has mass number how much? Yes. Remember it? What is the mass number of carbon? That is the mass number is 12U. Very good. You remember it. Oxygen. Oxygen has mass number 16, but here oxygen 16 will multiply by 2 because oxygen is 2 times here. So 16 multiplied by 2, that will be equal to 32U, right? And in CO2 carbon has mass 12U plus oxygen has mass number how much? 32U. So ultimately, if we add the mass number on both the side of reactants, on left hand side we know these are the reactants and on right hand side those are the products. So mass number of carbon and oxygen 12U plus 32, that will be equal to, total mass will be equal to 44U. That is the left hand side mass. That is the left hand side mass number. That is equal to the right hand side mass number. Right hand side mass number will be equal to 12U again plus 32. Yeah, that will be equal to 44U. Hence, the mass number of left hand side is equal to the mass number of right hand side. Okay. So this reaction proves that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction until and unless there is any loss of the mass. Okay, loss of the mass कैसे हो सकता है? That some mass may get loss in the form of if some gas is being evolved in the reaction. Okay, in the form of gas, some vapors जो है या तो कोई vapors की form में या fumes की form में कोई gas जो है it get evolved during the reaction. So the reaction may be done in a closed system. Okay, closed means it may be in a closed box so that the mass it remains the conserved. There is no loss of the mass. So that is the law of conservation of mass, or I can say one atom of carbon combines with 2 atoms of oxygen, then there is formation of 1 molecule of CO2, then the mass or 12U of carbon combined with 32U of oxygen, then it forms 44U of CO2. So in this reaction, the mass of the reaction, the total mass is same on both left hand side of the reaction and right hand side of the reaction. The total mass is conserved. Okay, you can take any reaction, write their mass number, but there is no loss of the mass on either side of the reaction, left hand side or right hand side. So in this way the mass is conserved on both hand side, then the reaction follows the law of conservation of mass. So you can see few more examples from your help book, and then you can see that how the reactions are following law of conservation of mass. Thank you for today's class.